Hi class, it's Sabrina Dolphin again. I'm going to be clicking through to make sure that I address each section correctly. The part that most stood out to me in the reading for this week in chapter 1 would have to be the prejudice. In reading the article in chapter 1, I stopped at anti-bias education, where they discussed the prejudice and the bias have been prevalent throughout human history. And my take on that is, it's still going on whether we like it or not. But prejudice isn't something that we're born with. It's something that we're taught, as mentioned in chapter 1. And what we're taught can be untaught. So with all the prejudice and stuff still going on, I hate to say it, we can't change the world in one day or in years, but we just learn to deal with it and cope, even though we shouldn't have to cope with things like that. But what we're taught can be untaught. When looking at the video Superman, Waiting on Superman, the foreign countries, and to see where we ranked, I wasn't surprised because years ago I took another early childhood class and, it talked about the foreign countries being way ahead of us in academics, math, reading, because they combined all of their age groups together and the kids learned from the older kids. Not saying that that's something that we should do, but I wasn't surprised at us ranking so low. Testing. I have this thing with testing. I feel that there's so much testing going on that it takes away from actual teaching and, learning time with the kids, because my motto is every moment is a teachable moment. So all the time that we're wasting on testing and all these other things that's going on, it's irrelevant. With the non-English speaking students in ESOL, I really feel that all teachers in education should find ways to address and engage these students, whether it's manipulatives, your books, body language, gestures, research. Being culturally diverse is a big thing for me, because you're not always going to expect to have a classroom where every student is going to only speak English. There's people all across the world and everyone does not speak English, and I think it's a great thing to learn more than one language. And even if you're not learning the language, at least know the basics enough to get by, but you gradually increase, what you do know. When it comes to the school systems, all schools are not the same. We're all not on the same page. We're all not teaching the same thing. I feel that the school systems make things look good on black and white paper, and it's not being implemented. The resources for teachers and the resources for students and families are not coinciding together. And it's sad to say, but it's the reality. And I was really sad to see the lottery part, how people were so excited to get picked for an education. I just feel like education should be free, and it shouldn't really be a lottery per se or anything like that. It was just sad to see the kids' faces, because we have so many people that take advantage of the system and people that don't want an education. An education ultimately doesn't decide your fate, but it's a good thing to have. So that's about it for my reflection on the assignments for this week, and I hope to, talk about some more on the next assignment. See you guys later.